Good morning, everyone. It is December the 15th. Wow. Damn near half the month is gone. Time flies, doesn't it? And time to kick off another trading day. The Fed's move and language yesterday was taken as hawkish. The dollar is up. Every bond or debt security in the world is lower overnight, so treasuries are lower. Gold is lower. Crude is lower. Asian equities are lower. European equities are higher. The United States market is looking like it might trade higher. I believe probably the most obvious long out there is still the stock market on the Trump rally. We have news this morning. CPI up 0.2. Core CPI up 0.2. Jobless claims, 255K, will be lost in the CPI news. Philly Fed at 10. Empire State Manufacturing Survey at 3. Current market account, minus 120B. Hard to believe that we only have a deficit of, what, 60 billion a month. Not true. Deficit will be over $1 trillion this year. They're spending as much money as they can before they get out of office. Housing market index at 63. And natural gas inventories at minus 126. Core inflation, Philly Fed, Empire Manufacturing Index, housing market index, the market's economic news focus, direction of the E-mini probably weighs more than all of those. Quite often when we have a big sell-off or rally in the overnight, the high or low is in. So if we come down and we can't take out this 114.5, I imagine we'll see some buying to come back up and retest perhaps the break at 122.28, 123 even. I do believe there's one short left in the market this morning, so 23.27 sell 1. 31 to 03 sell 2. On the buy side, 12 to 16. Then 1 to 5. Janet carried a pretty big stick, didn't she? And this is all from going from 2 interest rate increases in 2017 to 3. So markets overdo it. They get excited, but you can't get in the way of this train. It is still headed lower. Pretty interesting that the selling is more so in the 10-year than it is in the 30-year, and you'd think they'd be down. So the knob spread held up actually pretty well last night. First resistance is in this 24-28 area. So 31 to 03 picks up the overnighter Globex high, sell 1. 11 to 15 sell 2. On the buy side, 8 to 12, number 1. 1 to 5, buy 1. 21.25, buy 2. Okay, I got a good question from the room about trading with the trend. If the direction of the market is down, and off the F1 and F2 screens, if the market has been trending for several days, do you only trade with the trend, or can you take trades to the opposite side? The way that you really have to play that is that early in the session with the trend, you've got to be very aggressive on your entry. You just have to take them. They rarely let you buy or sell at the levels that you want to. you've got time to fade the trend, and you want to see a higher low or a lower high, and that takes time for that to set up. Trading with the trend is your friend, and you can choose to pass that. If you just, and that probably over the long haul would help your bottom line if you only traded with the trend. So it's a judgment call when you get in there. We go both ways when we get our setups, but if the trend is down and you got a setup to the short side early in the session, you have to take it. And you have to be pretty nimble. You have to get in, and then you see what happens. If you want to be long in a downtrend, you got time to put that trade on. Okay, gold. We had this 11, I think it's 35, yeah, 36, 35 yesterday on the F1 screen. We got this low over here at 11.15. So right now, 11.25 and 11.15 is where support is, and you can see the spill. This area up here, that high is 11.30. That spill over there was from 11.41. The spill on the F1 screen yesterday was from 11.40. So really, really good resistance starting at 11.40, and the 10 to 15 area is probably where the best support is. So gold is moving lower for the same reasons that the bond and everything else is moving lower. So first buy is going to be 25, 27, and the idea that most of the selling might be behind us overnight. The selling starts in London. London is the gold market. The 19 to 22 for buy 2. On the sell side, last rotate up was to 34, so 32, 34, sell 1. The spill was from 36, we'll make 36, 38, sell 2. The euro and the yen and the yuan, the dollar's up against every currency in the world. And why is that? Well, the buying the dollar started to get stronger after Trump was elected, because people see that our economy has a chance to grow. And going into that, you could get paid interest on your money in the United States. So that's even more so right now, and that's why we're getting killed. We thought we would get stops below 105. We've been talking about that for a long time. Goldman last year said that the euro was headed to par. I don't think we've been this low since 2003, according to one of the articles, if I remember it correctly. So the market is moving down. 104.25, sell 1. 104.50, sell 2. Stops below 104. Let's make it 103.75. Buy 2, 104, buy 1. Don't like the long side at all in this contract. And haven't, but that doesn't mean it doesn't rally from time to time. Where are we headed? Par. Don't know how long it'll take to get there, but we're headed that way. Okay, big article on Zero Hedge about Iraq is ramping up their oil production and will produce 190,000 more barrels in January than they have in November and December. That's pretty bold. They asked, because of the war going on in their country, to be exempted from it. Looked like that they did sign on for 190,000 barrel per day cut. Don't know how that ends up. I don't know. They can do that, and everybody would probably look the other way if they kept their mouth shut. So who knows? But crude is selling. So support is 50-50, 50-75, buy 1. Stops below 50, 50-50 and a quarter, buy 2. 51 and a quarter, 51.50, sell 1. And 51.75, 52, sell 2. Back in the old days, this big storm heading across the United States would just get everybody excited about heating oil. Well, heating oil is actually diesel fuel and jet fuel. And natural gas has really taken over that role. It is a transportation fuel, so we don't see the big rallies in heating oil when the cold weather hits. Okay, the ES, European equities were up. The ES, I think we're headed to 2,300 on the E-mini, 20,000 on the Dow. Probably not today, but it's there. So coming back and taking a look at this screen, we had the breakout from 22.15. Last rotate down was 22.33. And here we are at that. So that 22.15, 22.30 is probably our best band of support. 22.25 would be a number in there that would also be in play. You have yesterday's lows at 43. So 43.45 by 1. 39.41 by 2. I think 40 to 45 is where support is. On the sell side, we've got volume up here at 53. So 53.55, sell 1. 59.61, sell 2. Quick review of the news. CPI up 0.2. Core up 0.2. Jobless claims 255. The default number, I don't think anybody pays attention to it anymore. Philly Fed at 10. Empire Manufacturing Survey, Empire State Manufacturing Survey at 3. Current account deficit minus 120B. You can spend that money if you're never held accountable, right? Your name's not on the credit card. PMI Manufacturing 53.9. I don't have a feel for that number. Generally, the PMI numbers have been running higher than forecast. Housing Market Index at 63. So, core inflation, Philly Fed, Empire State numbers. I get housing index might be what we pointed to, but not a lot of news today. The news today won't change things. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.